Like, comment, subscribe. Big Amount TV, baby. It's going down.
That's that chronic. I'm good now. I'm good.
Big Amount TV. Today is Sunday. The date is August the 17th. And I was blessed to be invited into the house of Mr. Braxton Coles. If y'all don't know who he is, about a year ago.
About 18 months, right?
About 18 months. All over the news. It was a tragic incident that occurred. We're gonna get into that, but we're here to speak to him about the life of Jarvon Coles, his grandson. But we're gonna know a little bit about Mr. Braxton today. Mr. Braxton, you doing all right today, sir?
I'm good. Glad that we could finally get this scheduled. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I want to thank you for trusting me and allowing me into your home. That's a big thing. You know, a lot of people don't. It's hard to get this out of a lot of people. You know, my platform, I show everything in Houston, but I want to show the younger generation both sides of what they're seeing. You know, a lot of people, a lot of our younger brothers see all the stuff on Instagram, YouTube, stuff they think is flashy, but you know, they don't know who they're affecting.
Right.
So I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, we appreciate you, and really we need more of this because it seems like we want to glorify, like you said, the flash and not see the underlying issues that are behind that. So we need to get the message out from as many people to as many people as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. So we're gonna get into it. Mr. Braxton, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City. I was went to school, born and raised there. I came to Houston in 1981. It was for a few reasons. One, I needed to get, a different perspective on life. Number two, there was really nothing legitimate for a person to do as far as work-wise. So we went downtown and they had newspaper stands then. And I think the Chronicle or the Post was on top, and it was like a Tuesday. So we just picked up the first paper and looked into want ads, and their want ad section was thicker than our whole Sunday paper.
Okay.
So, we took it on faith and came down, and fell in love with it down here. I met my wife down here, and I've been here ever since.
What part of Chicago are you from?
I'm from the South Side. On the news, they call it the Bloody Hundreds.
Oh, okay.
So, but actually, I was raised in one of the first black subdivisions for professionals in Chicago, called Maple Park, and we grew up, with teachers, children, policemen, lawyers, doctors, and stuff like that, and it was great growing up. We had a village type atmosphere, and turned out a lot of great people. One of my neighbors is the commissioner for the Chicago Fire Department. She lived right across the alley. So
so Chicago that we know today, it wasn't nothing like that growing up.
Well, we were kind of isolated since we lived so far out. Now, it was still a lot going on, but I know everybody's heard the term or the phrase "honor among thieves." It was kind of like that, although there were gangster disciples on one side or rookers on the other side. It seemed like they kind of got along. But now it seems like when those guys got old and when the OGs got out of there, the youngsters are just wild, and they just they just do. You know, they don't care about anything or anybody.
Is that by the time how old were you when y'all left?
I was 28. I was 28 when I came.
So you was a grown man. Right. So did you see that transition before you left?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the reasons is that you start seeing a bunch of people coming up dead, and for what? And I was like, it's really, really, really time to do something different. I kind of skirted around the edges, but I saw the path that I was on was a dead end path. So I wanted to get a fresh start, and Houston seemed like a great place to do it. Chicago is, unlike Houston, it's kind of the way the streets are laid out. It kind of makes sense. So where the streets cross State and Madison, that's 0. So if you start coming south, every block. That's 100. So I lived 115,000 south. So I lived almost out of the city limits south, and a lot of that stuff took place in the 60s and the 50s and the 70s, or on the west side. Okay. Which I went to the west side rarely. We rarely went over there.
Okay. So I know we speaking about your upbringing. You moving to Houston. You said you met your wife in Houston.
Absolutely right.
So is she a Houstonian?
She's from Houston, right?
Okay. What part?
She's from South Park. Well, it seems like everybody that I talked to grew up in 3rd Ward, and then moved to South Park. Yeah. So she was no different. She was raised until about 10 or 11 in 3rd Ward, and then they bought a house in South Park, and she was living there when I met her. So
okay, and y'all, how many kids did y'all have?
So we played tag for a couple of 3 years, and then our first daughter was born, Brandy. She was born in '86, and then Brittany, Jarvon's mother, she was born in '89. Okay, and then we. Thought we were finished, but we weren't. God wasn't finished with us. So then Bianca was born in '90. Now, if I get this wrong, they're gonna kill me. I believe it was '96.
Yes, sir.
So she was born. So we have 3 beautiful daughters, and we have 3. I got to count them: 3, 6, 7 grandkids. So. We've been blessed. Yes, all boys except one lone girl.
Yes, sir. That's all right. You remind me of my dad. You asked my dad, he got to count. Yeah, I understand. Yes, sir. So did y'all raise them over here in this part of?
So we raised them in South Park, and in 2013, that's when my daughter, my wife was like, she was kind of ready for a change, and we were living in the house that that her mother gave us, and she wanted a little different. So she looked around. Like, my wife is the workhorse. She did all the leg work. She did all the background. She dealt with the realtors. She found this house right here. So in 2013, around this time, we moved over here, and it was me, her, and Jervon.
Oh, okay. So by the time y'all moved over here, he was already born?
He was born in 2006. Oh, so okay. He was 7 when we moved over here. Okay. And I think in the second grade.
7 by second grade.
I think he was in the second grade, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. So did your daughters, did they all attend high school in South Park?
They went everywhere. Brittany, Jarvon's mother, went to Barbara Jordan. Brandy went to Jones, and Bianca went to the High School for International Studies downtown.
Okay. Now, so you may have already said this. So you had no boys?
No, we didn't have any boys.
Okay.
Now I do have a son by a previous relationship. back when I was young. But he's much older, and you know,
so he was much younger.
Right.
Okay.
I was young. Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I look on the news or ever I've seen anything before I even met you, today's our first day meeting face to face. I have been seeing you everywhere. So were you? I know, and excuse me if I'm incorrect. They said you was you were his guardian.
Okay, so and I'm not saying anything that his mother won't say. His mother was a teen mother, so she was still in high school when she had him. So when both of them came home from the hospital with us because she was still in school. So they lived with us, you know, through move. And when she graduated school and everything was ready to kind of get out on her own, we had a talk. And our conversation was, you know, he's stable with us. You know, I told her, I'm not trying to take your son by any means, but he's stable. You know, you just starting out, you know, why don't you let him continue to stay with us and go to school, because he's in the school and everything. And when you get on your feet, or when you feel like you're ready, you know, he can come, you know, you can come get him. And, you know, I have to say my kids are wise beyond their years, because she said, you know, you're right, you know, and so that's what happened. So he always lived with us, and he went to school, and when he went to go visit his mother, he'd come, and especially when he got older, you know, he'd stay over there, he'd stay with us, and you know, it was just the best of both worlds. So we were his kind of guardians, because you know, that's what works for school and everything else.
I don't know, you can answer this if you want or not. I'll edit it out. What about his dad? Is he?
His pops, he didn't see very much of his father, you know, growing up. Really until his junior year in high school. And that, you know, it may be coincidence, but a lot of times I don't believe in coincidence, but that kind of coincided with when he starting on the varsity for North Shore. That's when
I understand.
You know.
Yes, sir. So, okay. Oh man, this kind of tough for me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You come on.
I'm trying to make it through this thing. So no, I'm sorry, sir.
No, well, I appreciate. You know, it's tough for me, because I mean, especially, you know, still, you know, being here. So when I leave, I pass the school that he attended. You know, I pass the stadium that, you know, we watched him play in. You know, his friends still come by all the time. So, you know, it's just a lot going on. But I understand it. You know, I have it.
No, I understand.
You know,
and I don't want to, you know, because I feel like I don't want to use the word not selfish, but it's like, you know, how am I, you know, here, you know, I gotta be, I don't know if the word is strong, because it's like you actually going through it, and it's because, you know, I've lost brothers before. My oldest brother passed away when I was a kid, so when I was a kid I didn't fully understand it to gun violence. And my cousin, somebody I was real close to, wasn't even 18 for 2 weeks, goes to school, him and the kid going back and forth. He walks away, kid hits him while he not looking, he fall and he passes away. So
it's just but I understand it, you know. You know, I get that a lot when I, you know, as you alluded to earlier, you know, I've been talking whenever I get a chance. So it seems like whenever we do, or I speak to somebody, we talk, you know, they feel in some kind of way, because this is kind of personal on a personal level. But you know, I'm sure that, you know, he's looking down on it right now, you know, giving us his strength because, you know, he always had it even from 7 years old. You know,
yes, sir.
When he first told me he wanted to play football. You know,
yes, sir. How was that experience? So you kind of basically raised him as your own.
Correct.
So how I know you said you brought him home from the hospital. Right. So you pretty much
I was the man in his life, right?
Yeah.
I was the man in his life, and then he had his grandmother, or his Gigi as he called her, and he had his mother. So, like I said, he had the best of everything. But I mean, you know, I always wanted a boy, but I didn't have him. I mean, because I could always see, you know, I played a little football in high school, and but I played mostly basketball. I wrestled. You know, I was an athlete, and I guess every father wants a boy to. Hey, that's my boy right there. So, I mean, it's funny because, you know, prior to us having kids, you know, we lived in different places, and they had playgrounds, and they had kids out there playing. I used to go to the playground just to watch the kids, and you know, you standing on the fence, and somebody standing next to you, and he's like, "Which one's yours?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have anybody I'm out there. I'm just watching." And they're like, "Oh shit!" So
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But you know, he told me when we moved over here, you know, he said, "Hey, can you take me to this?" And it was a registration for the Hurricanes, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna take you." And I took him to register, and you know, I took a little time on the card, and the president was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "Sir, he's never played a down in his life." I said, "If you just let him get in the game, get his uniform dirty a little bit, I'll be happy." And who knew? Yeah. That from then on.
Yes, sir.
And you know, all through his career, you know, he's been proving people wrong. And he asked me coming from practice when he was 7. Sitting in a booster seat in the back of my car. "Papa, are you gonna come watch me when I play there one day?" And I'm like, I was just kind of driving. I'm like, "Play where?" And he pointed at the stadium. And I'm like,
"You talking about this right here?"
Yeah.
By the house,
North Shore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna watch it." And you know, years later, not only did we get a chance to watch him there, we got the chance to watch him play in Reliant. We got a chance to watch him play in Cowboy Stadium twice. We got the chance to see him win a state championship ring, and we're getting ready to go off. So, you know, he did what he said he was going to do.
Yes, sir.
So,
if you could, I know you kind of said it, but if you could describe Jervon to the people that never met him, what words would you use, or what words, if I were to talk to some of the teammates I saw on TV, what words would you?
You know what? I knew you were going to ask that question, and I was trying to get an answer, and my answer is, depending on who you talk to,
yes, sir,
you would get different replies, because although he was mine, he was our flesh and blood. We found out so many things about him
that
you know, that we had no idea. Because to me, you know, he's the kid that's hanging on the pantry, hanging in the ice box. Well, close the door, you know. Papa, you know, look at this, you know. But I come to find out that he was a caring, he was a compassionate, he was funny, he was smart, you know, and that's what his team. I'm sure his teammates will tell you different things. One of the stories that they told me said they were in the locker room ready to play for the round 4 to see who's going to the semifinal game. He said everybody was, you know, getting hype up. They had the music on, they're getting ready, and he was the defensive captain. So they're like, "Well, where's Coles? You know, where is he? Let's go." They walked around looking for him. Say he was laying on the floor in between the locker with his tablet open, studying. And they're like, bro, come on, let's go. We got a game. Yeah, I know. I know. So he was like that until he stepped across the white line. And once he stepped across the white line, he changed, you know. I mean, he was just so unassuming too. I asked him one time, I said, bro, how did it feel? He said, how did what feel? I said, man, you played in Cowboy Stadium, man. That's where the greats have played. How did that feel? He stopped, he looked at me and said, Papa, it's a football field. And that's how he was, you know. So we found out so much that, you know, how he helped. He tutored these kids here. He gave clothes to these kids that they didn't have anything to wear. He showed out, participated in the pep rallies and stuff. He was I don't know if it was a mentor, a big brother for the disabled students Olympics that they have in Galena Park ISD. And we found a bunch of that stuff out, you know, after he was murdered.
Excuse me, not to cut you off. So when you say y'all found out a bunch of this stuff, so y'all had no, like, kind of no clue? Okay, so this is him. When he come in out of practice, from practice, he go in, he take a shower, he may get something to eat, he would go straight back to his room. And what he would, on school nights, they played Madden. So he would play Madden till about it and go to sleep. I'd get up in the morning and go to school. If we have events here, you know, he'd come out, he'd mingle around. But for the most part, he was kind of quiet. When he was here, he was quiet. Even when he was out, you know, he wasn't really animated. He was a little bit, you know, more than he was here. But he was just kind of like a quiet, reserved kid. Since he was a little kid, or was it just?
Well, when he was little, you know, he was a little bit more, just a little bit more. Now he would dance at weddings and stuff like this, or he played by himself or something like that. But he wasn't like my other grandkids. He wasn't like that, you know, ripping and running and blah blah blah. He wasn't like that.
Do you think it kind of by him being the oldest, or what? He's the oldest.
He's the oldest, right? So, I don't know. I don't know if it's because he was so smart. I mean, he was to me he was like a math prodigy. You know, he got in trouble in school because he turned in his math homework. You know how they always want you to show how you got there. He didn't do like that. He would just do it like that and get the answer. So we had to go to school behind that because they thought he was cheating.
Oh.
And he had to, no. Yeah. And he was just, I don't, you know, it may be because, you know, although he never said anything, I know he missed his dad, you know. And
do you think that had a lot to do with it?
I think it had a part of it because, you know, he waited for him with his backpack and he never showed up on several occasions.
So I hear people say that, so that was really a reality.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 100% real.
Sitting and waiting for him.
Oh, yeah. You know, and then finally when he got, you know, old enough to 13, 14, 15, he was like, you know, no, I'll talk to you, but I gotta hold you at arm's length because, you know, you failed me several times. So
and you know, I noticed that he has your last name.
Right, Coles. Okay, so like I said, she was in the 11th grade.
Oh, I understand.
And I'm like, no, you're not married. Your name is Coles. Yeah. So that's what he was.
Yeah. Did he grow to understand that, or did y'all have that talk?
He knew. We talked about a lot of different things, you know. And we talked about how he felt about his pops and stuff like that. And you know, he would frustrate you to no end, me to no end, that he would come right back and say things that would bring tears to my eyes. You know, he told me He texted me one time just out the blue and said, I just want to tell you, I don't know what I would do without you. You know, just like that, you know. So he was, you couldn't ask really for a better kid, you know. And
he didn't give y'all no like trouble, getting in trouble besides what you were saying about
nothing. Nothing in school. No trouble at all in school.
Teachers calling you.
No. His teachers still text me now. One of his. We found this out. A couple of his teachers. One of them was for media, and another one for something else. Showed me some pictures, and he was sitting at a desk right there by her desk, and I was like, "So where's his desk?" She said, "That's his desk." I said, "No. Where's his regular desk?" She said, "That's his desk." So I mean, he was just a leader. He was a quiet leader. You know, we talked about, you know, you want people to follow you for who you are, not what you have. And he exhibited that to me on a daily basis. You know.
Was it just, man, I'm really kind of taken back, man. I was a knucklehead myself. Both parents in my household, you know, we didn't live in the biggest neighborhood or nothing, but I gave my parents, and you know, I wasn't no kid to where bully, like beating people up. It was just trying to make people laugh and stuff like that. Yeah. So, you know, just to hear his situation, you know, his dad, he had every reason to be a problem child for y'all, but he wasn't.
He didn't act out. And we were just so fortunate. But one thing, and that's what we're trying to do now. That's one of the reasons we do what we do with the foundation is we want to keep the kids occupied. So he played football from the time he was 7 years old. So he played football, and then when football was over, he played basketball. So he did that all the way till he got to the 7th grade. When he was in the 7th grade, he played little league football. He played school ball. He ran track. He played basketball, and he maintained a 4.3 GPA. So he was always busy. And then once he got in 9th grade, he played football all the way up until he was a senior, till 4 days before Christmas. You know, so he didn't have time. He didn't have a lot of free time. And if you're on the football team in North Shore, on the off season, you're either gonna run track,
or do something.
You're gonna lift weights, or you're going to, if you're good enough, you're gonna play basketball. So it wasn't like he didn't have a lot of, that was all he knew. He played basketball all the way until he got in the 9th grade. When he was in middle school, well, before he went to middle school, when he was 6th grade, he played Little League basketball. And the basketball coach at Cunningham told me, Mr. Coles, if you send Jarvon to me to play basketball, said, hey, I'll build a team around him. But he wanted to go to North Shore. He could have just as well got all that stuff playing basketball, but he liked football. So he tried out in the 9th grade. He played basketball 7th grade, 8th grade. I think it was the 8th grade, no, 7th grade. Also, he was in the choir. So he got into the choir because he found out that at the end of the year, if you were in the choir, you get a free trip to the water park. So he was in the choir, but lo and behold, I think he was a baritone. He was picked as one of the 2 baritones for the citywide choir. So on one Saturday, they had a basketball tournament, And that same day they had a choir performance. I took him to Cunningham. He played in the first basketball game. They went to Decaney, sang in the choir performance. He came back and played in the final basketball game, and he ended up winning the game for him.
So you was back and forth, huh?
I was so glad when he started driving because
okay.
I had to take him to, he went to practice. He went to this practice. He had to go to games. He had a trainer. He had treatment. He had this. He had a lot of stuff that he was involved in, but he deserved it. He based on his performance, he deserved everything that he got.
So you couldn't have asked for a better.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Did he play? When did he start playing varsity at North Shore?
Okay, so he started playing. He played varsity in 2020. Okay, so in ninth grade, that was 2020. At the end of after the last game, North Shore played Atascocita.
That had moved him up.
Right. That was on a Friday. They had basketball tryouts Saturday for the basketball for the football players. So he was like, "Yeah, I need to go to tryouts." I said, "Bro," I said, "I don't think you ain't gonna make the team." He's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Okay." So they went. Him and his buddy Jonathan Fleming went to tryouts. And when I picked them up, they were fish grease hot. I'm like, "What? We didn't make the team. I don't understand it, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Bro, what did I tell you?" That Monday, he was playing at football practice with the varsity for the playoffs.
So the coaches probably already knew.
They already knew, yeah.
Like, look, son, you think that you ain't good.
Coach K, when they were in middle school, Coach K at track meets, Coach K was out there with the starters pistol watching them. They already had him scoped out. Coach LaSalle, the ninth grade coach, told me, said, when he gets across the street, they're going to have him playing linebacker. And I'm like, no, he'd be a better safety. Said,
what did he play? Before high school, did he play safety?
No, he played, before high school, he played linebacker.
Okay.
He played, at middle school, he played linebacker and running back.
Okay.
And then when he got to ninth grade, he played linebacker and running back. But when they brought him up for the playoffs, he played safety. So he played, as a freshman, he played in all 5 playoff games.
As a safety. Did he get any playing time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
He played, he was kind of like on the ones on kickoff returns, punt returns. I got good pictures of him. He played against Dawson. He played against Bert Emanuel at Red Point. He played against Klubnik for Westlake. I mean, he played against some people.
That's what I like about North Shore. I went to Marshall, Marshall, but when I went, we were 5A. Fort Bend, they really don't put freshmen on varsity. But since I was a kid, like I said, my cousin went to North Shore. He started tight end as a freshman. Yeah. So North Shore, they've always been known to.
They'll
if
get
you
you.
Can play, you'll
play.
We're gonna put you somewhere. Yeah. So that's.
So he played that year as a safety. He came back next year as a sophomore. He was still playing safety, but something happened about the 3rd or the 4th game, and he was playing linebacker and safety. That's the year he got hurt. He broke his collarbone in the C. King game. But
was it in the playoffs or in the regular season?
No, that was in the regular season.
Oh, okay.
So when he came back as a junior, he told me, he was like, during the fall when they started practice, he was like, "Yeah, I'm playing. We fighting for the linebacker spot." He says 4 of us. So like the Wednesday before the very first game, he said, then he just said it kind of offhand. He said, "I think I'm going to start." And I kind of okay. Yeah. So we get to the game, and when we go to the game, with us, It's about 13 of us.
Yeah.
So we always sit behind the defensive bench on about the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
So we sitting there and they doing all the warm-ups and everything, and they we defer, we kick off, we deferred, we on defense first, and that was the year that they had 8 new defensive starters. And my daughter said, yeah, there's VZ right there. So I'm looking on the bench and I'm like, where? She said, no, Daddy, he's on the field. He started linebacker, and
that was it.
That was it. 2-time All-District, first team All-District, Vipe, All-City.
Yeah. I think I had that magazine. He led the team in all defensive categories. He was like 1, 2. He was in the top 3. Right.
And for only playing 2.5 quarters, if that, because the ones sit down.
By the time, that's what I know about North Shore. By the time halftime over with,
they may come back and play 3 series or 2 series in the third quarter, and then they sitting down.
Yeah, that's why.
And then he still end up with 80 tackles, 35 solo, these many for tackles for loss, pick 6 against Summer Creek. On and on and on and on. So it's hard for, if you don't know, it's hard to realize what he accomplished. Because that's one of the top teams in the country. And to come, he was 5'9".
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. How big was he?
He was like 5'9", 185. But, after he was murdered, I got texts and messages from friends and foe alike. Caden Durham played for Duncanville, is playing at LSU. Messaged me,
He's talking about the running back?
The running back. In that game, in that last championship game that we lost, he had 11 tackles in that game.
He was all over the place.
Oh yeah, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
He had 2 picks in the Westfield game. He was just that guy.
So the guy at LSU, you said he texted you. What did he?
He was like, yeah, he put it on me a couple of times. And you can see it from the game. We got messages from the Kingwood Rotary Club, from Atascocita. He was presented with a proclamation from Commissioner Adrian Garcia, and the Atascocita track team was there with the principal and the coach, and 2 of the members on the track team played football, and they came up and showed their support. The principal said, yeah. When I said, hey, thank you guys for doing this, they said, oh no, we know about VZ. Say, usually he was giving us the business, on the football field, but he was just a great kid.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to touch on the day he passed away. We don't have to.
Okay. No, we can do it because hopefully the more people see me, maybe somebody who knows something will say something. Or the people who were responsible would finally want to get a good night's sleep, and will come forward and take say what they did. It was March 9th.
Yes, sir.
And that's the day after my birthday. So my birthday was on a Friday. That was a Saturday. They had a little gathering for me at his mother's house, and we were all there, everybody, the whole family. And I guess around 10:30 or so, he said, well, I'm ready to go, I'm a little tired. And he went to the door, and he came back, and he went around and hugged everybody. Said he'd talk to him later. That was out of character.
Yes,
so he went home, and I come to find out that a couple of his friends said, hey, let's go to this party just for a little while. And although he drove, they left from another friend's house, and he was the one. He said, no, let's not drive, it's gonna be some drinking, let's Uber. So they Ubered to the party, And so we got home about 20 minutes to 12. And about 10 minutes to 12, his mother called me and said, can I go to the address? Because some of his friends or his girlfriend called and said he was having a seizure and blah, 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 blah. So I got in the car and I drove over there and got there.
This was, excuse me, you said this is the next day after your birthday.
Right. So this was the night. So this was the night.
Okay.
That's when the party was and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Since my birthday was on a Friday, we didn't do anything on the 8th.
Okay.
They wanted to do it on the 9th.
Okay. So y'all celebrate your birthday. He comes back in, hugs everybody.
Right.
And then
he leaves, comes home, changes clothes, and goes over to another friend's house where they're gonna go to the party from there. So I get there.
You said they said he was having a seizure.
They said he was having a seizure.
Mm-hmm. And he ain't never.
No, it was like seizure.
Yeah.
Shit, he never had no seizure, you know.
Yeah.
So I get over there, and it's in unincorporated. It's in Humble,
mm-hmm.
which is to me is unincorporated Harris County.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn the corner,
mm-hmm.
and it's probably looks like every police car in the world
mm-hmm.
is on this little narrow street right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk up and I'm trying to find out what's going on, and the sergeant asked me what's happening. He said, no, they took him in the ambulance to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to the hospital, and man, there's kids everywhere, and his mother's there, and so we like trying to figure out what's going on, and you know they won't let us back there. They said, well, we'll get back to you in a minute. You know, I didn't have a good feeling the whole time, you know, but I was praying that I was wrong.
Did you have that? You know, some people say they have, like, when stuff tragic happens, it's something in you that's like something's not right. Did you ever have that?
Yeah, when I turned the corner and seen all the police cars,
okay,
I started having like a little niggling.
Yeah.
So, you know, we stayed,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I knew without being told, and I just couldn't sit in the hospital. So I went outside of my car, and
before they even told you?
Before they even said anything, yeah. And then the next thing I know, man, it was just like it's indescribable, man. Them kids out there just seem like they all cried at once,
mm-hmm.
and so I went in, and his mother was there, and you know she was crying, and you know, and I just told her I just can't be here. So I just got in the car and wanted to drive and tell his grandmother, because I didn't want anybody to call her and tell her over the phone. So I called my brother and my sister-in-law. I called him, and they came over and they sat with us, you know, through the night. And from then, and that's when we really started finding out that he was really an angel on earth.
Yes, sir.
Because from that point on,
mm-hmm.
it was just the stories and the outpouring. Sheila Jackson Lee spoke at his service and presented us with 2 flags that she had flown over the Capitol in D.C. in his honor, and has a proclamation in the records of Congress that'll be there forever. Mayor Whitmire, the city, proclaimed his day. Commissioner Garcia, you know, churches, organizations, everybody.
Do you and I'm
yes, it's tough, you know.
Trying to get this out with keeping it together. Do you think you know, my dad have always told me, whenever we lose somebody close and we don't understand, like I said, my cousin, my brother, my dad always have told me, God puts some people here for a purpose, mm-hmm. and we'll never understand why, you know, yeah. He calls them home. But, you know, some people have a mission to touch a lot of people. Something like that. I'm just paraphrasing, but do you feel that?
Yeah. I was asked that before too,
yeah.
And I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not angry with God.
Yeah, that's what
I'm not angry with God. I'm to the point right now, I'm really not angry with the people who did it, because, my anger or lack of it is not going to bring him back. And my only question for God would be, why couldn't I had him just a little bit longer, And I understand that, but he gave us another gift this past March 7th, where my grandson, Nico Christopher, was born to our youngest girl and her fiance.
Okay.
So, I can kind of look at it as, hey, I know he doesn't have to make up, but he's like, yeah, I called somebody home, but here, I need you to do it again, So, and then with him and my other grandboys, they keep me hopping. They play football too, so he was that once in a lifetime kid, I think,
Absolutely, because like I said, like when and no disrespect to his dad, but when a lot of people that I know that go through stuff like that, like it's like night and day. They turn out way different. But I mean, I guess you can kind of, you was kind of well, not even kind of, you were a good example too.
I was his father. I mean,
exactly.
My wife, he used to dress like me. I wanted to like Papa and stuff like that. And I used to tell his mother, especially when he started driving, and he used to go over there and spend. I used to tell his mother, man, what's wrong with it? What did I do? And she said, what are you talking about? I said, he doesn't really talk to me. He wouldn't be like that. She said, Dad, when he's over there, all he says is, I wonder what Papa's doing. I wonder if he's okay. I wonder if he's like that. But, I wasn't ashamed to tell him, and that I love him, and he wasn't either. So we had a special relationship, and he knew how I felt about him, and I knew how he felt about me. So I refused to let him go left.
Yeah, yes, sir. Did any friends give you details of that night or anything? Or?
The best details I got is from the Harris County Sheriff Homicide the detectives, and let me say, those guys number one in my book.
Yes, sir.
Because they stay in contact with us. They talk to us occasionally. They went all out to try to find out who was responsible, but it was just circumstances were kind of against us. Location. The number of people and where the shots came from. But the best thing that they told me, well, the party was at a house, and it's a house in the back with a pool and everything. And then behind that is like a big field out there. And then maybe 50, 60, 70 yards, maybe 100 feet away is a street, a 2-lane street. And there's really no lights out there. Excuse me. And he was standing with a group of his friends out back. And they were getting ready to go. And the deputy said that the shots came from down on the street. And he said since the house was on the hill, it was just like somebody was just nobody was aiming at him or anything. They were just doing shooting. And he was hit. And with semi-automatic pistols these days, it only takes 2 seconds to squeeze off 6, 7, 8 rounds.
And then most of these people can't control nothing,
right.
So they just
shoot.
Yeah.
And so he was hit, but he stepped in front of his girlfriend and threw her down.
Oh.
And so. Once again, he's always thinking about somebody else.
Say, even in his last moments.
Yeah, he was thinking about somebody else.
Yes, sir.
Another thing about that made me feel so much better is that, a lot of times after these things happen with these kids, something always comes out where they were at fault.
Yeah.
Oh, he sold drugs, or he did this, or he did that. I was just, kind of like, well, I wonder what they're gonna say about him.
No, I understand.
And the sheriff sat right at that table right there, the deputy, and said, let me tell you this right now. He did absolutely nothing to bring this on himself. He said this may sound callous, but it was almost like he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, just standing there when somebody's shooting. He said, but he did nothing. And I was just so relieved to hear that, which I knew he didn't do, but
still,
you think but and you don't know because
even myself, like I was telling you, I was a knucklehead. This stuff that I was involved in and stuff. Not saying I did nothing heinous or nothing, but as a parent, like it's I done did stuff that my parents don't know, so I understand.
Absolutely.
And I remember when the story came out, me, my dad, and my mom, I go to their house and it's like clockwork. You know how the older people used to do, like my grandmother, we watched the news as soon as 10 o'clock come, and when we seen it, it was just like the first thing in my head, like just seeing that, no disrespect, but just seeing that on TV, it's like, okay, who was fighting?
Right, what did he do?
Who was maybe he was with somebody that was shooting at them and accidentally shot him, and
it's just crazy. But I mean, and we've talked to so many people, and for the aftermath, kids, C.J. Ross, linebacker, that he played with. He was a year older than C.J., but he went to LSU, number 10. He changed his number 10.
Yes, sir.
Rashad Johnson, who plays for the Canadian Junior League now, number 10. These kids are changing their numbers to 10 because that was his number. I mean, they got full tattoos on their arm of him and stuff. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
It is, yes, sir. What is North Shore? Because I saw you on the news, and that's why I reached out to you. I saw you on the news. I think that was like a week or two ago.
A couple.
Yeah. What? So with that situation, are kids at North Shore? Are they like? Is it? What is it? Because I know when I was coming up, we never heard of nothing.
I think part of it is because of North Shore's notoriety in football.
Okay.
I think that's part of it, but it's disturbing, and it's happening, on the east side. Okay, so VZ was killed. No, VZ was murdered. I say murdered because you get killed in a car wreck.
Different. Yeah.
You drown. You got killed drowning. No, he was murdered. So he was murdered. Then, about a year later, another. I don't know if he was a current football player or a former player. They were in a garage playing video games on a Sunday in the early in the wee hours of the morning. People came by. It was some shots fired, some other stuff. He got killed. And that's what I was talking about with that. What did he do to bring it on himself? So his crime was he was up at 4 a.m. playing video games. And then right after that, the boy was at the pool party over there.
That was the most recent.
Right, at the apartments over there across the Beltway.
Yeah.
And came up and shots got fired and he was murdered, and then come to find out that he was involved in an earlier incident with another prominent North Shore football player.
And that's the kid right now was supposed to be going to Georgia.
Going to Georgia, Chase Calicut. And the kid who was involved in that was the one kid over there. So it's kind of, what's going on. So several people in the community got together, prominent people, activists, community leaders, and I was surprised to find out that I'm one too. So I got invited, you know. So
yes, sir.
So we're trying to get together to find out, you know, what's going on and what can we do to address it. I mean, I don't want to say stop because it's always going to be somebody. We just need to address it and figure out what's going on.
Yes, sir.
So we had one community meeting where we had over 100 participants, and we had concerned residents, we had parents, we had law enforcement, we had community people, ministers from the church, you know, and we just let them vent the first time because I know they are angry, they're afraid, they're confused, concerned. So we're going to follow up next steps meeting and to see what we can do.
What do you want to come out of all of this? Like I see your crash out for cause. What is your mission?
Okay.
Like right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, crash out for cause was after VZ was murdered with the family, and when I say the family, I'm not just my wife and my kids, but my brothers. I got a brother and his wife here. I got my sister and her husband here. I got their friends. So as a family group, we were trying to figure out what we can do to try to deal with this. So his mother said, hey, can we do a foundation? And I don't even know if that's the right word.
No,
but she came up with something and I was like, yeah, okay. So I'm waiting and then everybody's looking at me.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
so I went and got a DBA, crash out for cause, and started doing a little bit more and ended up filing for 501c3 status. So we started in March with an idea, around March 20th, end of March. In June, I received a letter that said that we had been approved for 501c3. And people was like, oh my God, how did you do it? I don't know, because I had no idea what I was doing. I just prayed and did a lot of reading, and we came up with Crash Out. Why Crash Out? On the back of his letter jacket, under his name VZ, he has the word Crash Out. And he adopted that philosophy on everything he did. On football, he went all out. On his education, he went all out. On basketball, anything he did, he went all out. So one of the other people who found us for Crash Out, one of his teachers, and a good friend of ours, she said Crash Out for cause. And so we did that. So then the next thing was, okay, so what are we gonna do? And I remember going back when he first started playing football, standing on the sidelines watching, and there was a young man standing there by me. And I was like, what's wrong, son? You don't like football? And he kind of put his head down, and I kind of left it alone. But after the game, I asked the coach, you said we short a kid. What's wrong with that kid right there?
Yeah.
I said, Mr. Coles, I would love to get that kid, but his parents can't pay the registration.
Oh.
So I think the next year, I took it upon myself. I used to go and pay the registration for one kid. So I say, what better way for us to honor his legacy than pay registration? So our first year, we sponsored 4 kids, the registration for 4 kids. We gave 4 kids. We did a scholarship for a kid at Channelview. We did a scholarship for a kid at North Shore. We spoke at, we participated in back to school events. We talked to graduating seniors at 2 or 3 churches. I say we, that was me. And I just want to let everybody know, you may see me, but I'm just a small part of Crash Out. They pushed me up here because they say I like to talk, which I do a lot of talking. But so that's what we do. So this year, so far, we've sponsored 10 kids from 5 teams to enable them to play Little League football. go to our website, crashoutforcause.org or crashoutforcause.com, and it'll tell you about us, and it's a video that I can't really watch when I go there. If you go to the website, especially on your PC.
Yeah, I'll put in the link in my bio.
When the video comes on, and it was one of the videographers that shoots videos at all the games. He put that clip together in Vizzy's honor, and I messaged him and asked him, would it be okay for me to use it on our homepage, on the webpage? And he said, hey, by all means. So it's just been so many people who are part of the Crash Out family that I just can't begin to thank them. Miss Vivian Dancy, the athletic director for North Shore High, she allows us to come and set up our booth at the home games, where we also speak out against senseless gun violence. We pass out gun locks and literature that talks about gun violence. We're not anti-gun. We advocate for responsible gun ownerships. That's what the locks. But we just want to let kids know that there's a better way. We used to shout at each other when we get upset. Now we shoot each other.
Yeah.
That has to stop. That has to stop.
Yeah. How do you I guess we'll never just totally have the answer, but what do you think there's something that the politicians need to do, governor, or do you think it's something they need to step in on? Or?
I've been thinking about that. I think that gun laws on the books, we need to just make sure that they are enforced. They have the cooling off periods and all different things like that. But I don't think these people are sneaking, getting these guns.
No, they're not.
That's why we have to promote and advocate for responsible gun ownership.
Yeah.
I forgot what the stat was, but I forget the percentage of guns that were taken out of people's cars.
Yeah.
Or reached up on the shelf at home.
Yeah.
Hey, get a gun safe, get a gun lock. That's what these kids are killing people with their parents' gun.
Exactly.
Or they're getting them from their friend who got it from their parents.
Or they 18 going to academy and
right. We need to tighten up on that. And also, these parents need to take responsibility. As a parent, you are responsible. Yeah. Nobody wants to believe, even if they kind of know that that their baby is the one that's the one. Yeah. But that's the one that's doing it. Yeah. So that's why Crash Out wants to do everything we can to keep these kids busy. Put a football in your hand instead of a pistol.
Yeah.
Put a basketball in your hand.
Yes,
sir. Get you a tutor if you need one, if you're having a hard time. Talk to you about, smart choices instead of, being a follower. Be a leader. As parents, let's quit telling our kids what they can't do, and show them what they can do.
Man, that's deep right there, because I never thought about it like that. Parents do tell us what we can't do, and it's you go so long without communicating, and like you said, next thing you know it, that ain't my baby out there with that, but it is though.
Somebody at the meeting said, as parents, we making excuses, and we got a murderer on the couch.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I nothing is too hard. And I saw that from my grandson. He showed me that it is possible to be elite across the board.
Yes, sir.
And that's what all kids. That's what we striving for every kid, because we don't want another family to feel the pain that we feel.
Yes, sir. Has it been a year since he's?
It's been a year, almost 18 months.
Yeah, we did say that earlier. What I know, because like I said, I've lost a lot. I know this is because I always hear as a parent, you want your child to bury you,
Right.
not the other way around. What? I want to commend you first of all because, man, like, I don't have kids, but my sister has kids, and Lord forbid something that happens to them, like just like crash out for cars. I know I would have crashed out, I guess you could say, but what keeps you so strong? And
that's another one that I get a lot
because you man, it's something about y'all older black gentlemen, because my uncle lost my cousin. She went to North Shore. She passed away giving birth, and my uncle was so strong through that whole process. And what
let me tell you. Somebody asked me that, and my answer to them was because I have to be, because too many people depend on me.
Okay.
I am a manager for Houston Public Works, and I'm responsible for
a lot of people,
all of the underground drainage in the city of Houston.
Okay.
And I have like 122 employees.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah, and they don't depend on me just for the stuff at work. I get, sometimes it seems like I'm a marriage counselor, I'm a minister, I'm a substance abuse counselor. I got a lot of hats at work.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when I come home, I have my family who depends on me.
Yeah.
And I can't mope around. I can't neglect them because I'm feeling some kind of way.
Yes, sir.
And don't get me wrong. I cry in the shower. I still cry in the shower. I may ride past a landmark and get kind of misty. I took advantage. We have EAP at work. I took advantage of that. I talked to a counselor.
Yes,
and the counselor asked me. The best thing was she asked me, "What do you expect to get out of this?" And I told her, "I'm just glad to have somebody to talk to that won't try to fix me."
Yes, sir.
Because I know that I'm done. I'm out of it. But as long as I know it, I can work on being better. But and then plus I feel so strongly about. I have other grandsons. I want to show. I need to be here to mold. Although, his parents are there and blah blah blah. I just want to be there to show them that this is the right way.
Yes, sir.
If he can do it, you can do the same thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, okay, we pretty much covered. Man, I had all these questions written down. I haven't really looked at my paper because I feel like this is so genuine. Because, like I said, there's so many people that go through this. What is while we're wrapping this up? What is your grandson's legacy? That he's left behind? Could you sum it up? Like,
I think one of the main things he did, the legacy was crash out and what it stands for.
Yes, sir. Because
it's so much more than a T-shirt or a wristband or a lanyard. It inspired people in other parts of the country to do something.
Yes, sir.
And just to say, there was another young man killed a month after Jarvon was murdered. Another young man murdered named Darius Bryant, and he was in Georgia, and he played football. He was a state track champion, excellent athlete. Coming home from prom, and somebody pulled up next to him in the car and shot the car up and killed him. And I saw the story on the news, and it just hit home. So I did my detective work and tracked his people down and messaged them, and he got back with me. So we communicated, we talked on the phone.
That's good.
And they found out, they saw what we were doing over here with Crash Out, and they created a foundation in Georgia called DB2.
Okay.
And they are doing the same things in Georgia as we're doing in Houston.
Yeah.
So if we can,
come
so
together.
we coming together. So we communicate back and forth back to school drive. So I have gotten messages and emails and texts from people all over the country saying, yeah, they lost a loved one and they sympathize and what can they do. So his legacy to me seems that he has gotten people with dissimilar backgrounds, races, religious groups to work toward a common goal.
Yes, sir.
And the common goal is to try to reduce this needless, senseless gun violence, to show kids there's a better way, and it's a better way through education, athletics. Everybody doesn't need to be a 2-time all-district linebacker from North Shore. Yes, but as long as you go out and do the best you can, hey, you are fulfilling your goal.
Yes, sir. So where can people follow you at? Oh,
that's the first time. If you no, yes, sir. I think I have. If you go to you can go to my Facebook page.
Yes, sir.
Crash Out for Cause. I think it's one under my name.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's a link to. I think I got an Instagram page too.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so cool. Yeah,
I'm gonna put it in the thing.
Yeah, put it. Yeah, look out for me because
yes,
my kids they help me out a little bit now. As far as computing and stuff,
yes, sir.
I got many certificates on computing. I do social media a lot, but they know all the intricacies about it, so I go with them. So
yes, sir.
But yeah, come check us out.
Absolutely.
Hey, if you choose to, if you moved, if your conscience moves you to,
yes, sir.
donate to our cause.
Yes, sir.
Because unlike so many other nonprofits, 100% of our donations of the money we collect goes toward the kids, toward our cause.
Yes, sir.
We take no salaries. We take no administrative fees. As a matter of fact, I probably spend more of my own money than what it is.
What you receive,
but we are really committed about this, and we're serious about this.
Absolutely, sir. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me into your home, man. I really appreciate it. These one of the stories that have moved me for the past couple of years, and then I saw you on the news again. I said, man, you know what, let me reach out and see where this will go. But I do appreciate you. You are an example for, and it's not to say anybody's perfect, but you are an example of what I feel like every young, I want to say black man, but just a man, period. And it's a lot of kids out there that's growing up fatherless and they have nowhere to turn. So hopefully somebody sees this, and I know, everybody, we might not do 1 million views, we might do 2 views, 200 views, or however, man. I just hope somebody can see this and it'll, open them up and change their lives. Because like I said, you're a really great example of how to stay strong and family. That's what I'm getting from this. Because like I said, I walked up to the door, people outside, little babies come in here. For some reason, there's something about the grandfathers that make little kids like that gives them that glow. But we appreciate you, sir. Like I said, I'm gonna put all the information in my bio, and we're gonna try to get some donations. And yes, sir, we really appreciate you.
If we can save one kid,
yes, sir,
we accomplish our mission. Let's try for one kid and then one more.
Absolutely. Well, we want to thank you, sir. Big Amount TV. Y'all know where to find them, and y'all have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
It's a little dusty.
That's all good.
Put the A out and dust out.
This the state.
No.
The ring?
No.
No, these.
That's the
No, that's his. Them is medals we didn't even know about.
Oh, this the state ring? Dang, boy. Like, comment, subscribe. Big Amount TV, baby. It's going down.
I'm good now.
No,
I'm good.
yeah.